But Steve, what? The stream is.
We are live.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 8, DIY Mixers Crew. Today we have a special guest, Trent. What's up, Trent? He's going to be our mixer today. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, man. How you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. We got everybody here. We're just waiting for Tam. She had a little bit of technical issues. We got Maddie came back. Thank God he wasn't here last week. He was having some problems. We're actually working on a new platform for you guys to make it the video quality a little bit better, have a little bit more smoother stream. So today we're going to mix up Trent's recipe later on in the show. It's a nice butterscotch. If you guys like butterscotch out there. Real quick, I know I say it every week, but you know what? Check out Liquid Barn at www.liquidbarn.com. Get yourself 15% off your next order. If you use the code MIXERS Crew, you get free shipping over $50. And let me tell you what, folks, I just switched companies. I actually decided to go with Liquid Barn this time. And I tell you what professional packaging. It was pretty decent shipping on it, man. The stuff came in, nothing leaked. Everything was great. I tried out their nicotine just about yesterday. I mixed with it. Tell you what, real nice and smooth. I liked it a lot. So check them guys out. And always, that's my go-to. Bull City Flavors. Go to bullcityflavors.com. Use code DM6 and get 6% off your total order. They got lightning fast shipping, and that's my go-to. So what's going on today, guys? You guys got anything before we get started?
Well, I just posted one of my latest recipes on all the flavors. It's pretty good, I think. It's cookies and cream. I made about 7 different variations of it, but I think this one's pretty close to an Oreo cookies and cream.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I checked it out real quick. I'm pretty busy on Sundays in the morning. I checked it out real quick this morning. The percentages look good. I like the use of the flavorings in there. What's great about it is I have all the flavors. Whoop-de-doo. It seems like every time I want to mix somebody's recipe, I'm always mixing that one flavor.
That one flavor.
Yeah. I got all the flavors for that one. I'm going to check it out soon, maybe tonight if I got some time. I'm actually off tomorrow for the holiday, so happy holiday week, guys in the U.S. I know, Lewis, you guys don't celebrate Labor Day over there, but we got a nice little 3-day weekend for some people. So hopefully tomorrow I'm off. I'll be able to get a lot of mixing in for you guys, and hopefully I'll be able to release the recipe. I know me and Folkart, we got a little battle going on right now. He's doing, I know you said you were doing a yam. So you're going to do a yam pie, and I'm going to do a pumpkin pie. Hopefully those recipes will be released in a couple weeks for you guys so you could try it out. And you can let us know in either the Discord, Facebook, on whether or not whose recipe you think's the best. You working on anything, D. Kane or Lewis? You got anything going out there right now that we should be talking about before we move forward?
Go ahead, Lewis. About that seasonal project that we are working on, I will be mixing something with figs. I hope to start it because I'm getting the fig from Flavor Art tomorrow, so I'll hope to start working on it on Tuesday, and hopefully in a couple of weeks I will come with a delicious fig recipe for you to enjoy. And of course I wanted to welcome Trent to our show.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Real quick, figs, they're real big in Portugal. I'm assuming, right? You said figs.
Sorry?
Figs are real big in Portugal. Figs are. Is that a good?
Yeah, they are, and they're big and sweet, and we're in the right season for them.
Yeah.
The season for them is September is the best month to eat figs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You guys produce a lot of figs. Because you were asking me that question, we do a lot of figs in the U.S., and I know we're a big raisin. We grow raisins. We do raisins. Well, raisins come from grapes, but we do a lot of raisins, but figs, I'm not so sure. I think we import a lot of those from South America. I might be wrong on that, but up here in
well, we
States. Go ahead.
We have lots of fig trees here around here where I live.
Oh, okay.
So this time, from last week of August till the first week of October, is the big time for with figs. So I wanted to do something with figs. Let's see what's the flavor art flavor of fig is like, and I will let you know. I'll keep you posted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've had it. I have it, but I smelled it, but I really don't. I don't think I flavor tested it. I'd have to go back and look at my notes. But I think I smelled it. Kind of reminds me of like a raisin, but I could be wrong. Like I know I got it in months ago. I really haven't. Actually, when we were working on that frozen yogurt as a team a few months back, I know you were thinking about doing a fig frozen yogurt, and I had ordered a fig, but I've never used it.
No, never thought about figs.
What? No fig? I must. No, that's what it was. I ordered a bunch of. I think it was like most of Flavor Arts line, and I think I just ordered the fig, and I just never really used it. But Daddy Kane, you released the recipe this morning, right?
Yeah, I did. I ordered some of the Pure Limb flavors like a week or two ago, and I got that Pure Limb banana in, and it just smelled awesome. I've been thinking on this banana cream pie for a minute, and went ahead and mixed that up this morning, and it's to me it's amazing. You know, I've been able to put my mind down all morning, but I vaped it for about 2 hours and decided, hey, you know what, this needs to be online. So went ahead and posted that up, so it's up there.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. I've seen all the percentages. The thing about me is I really like Zeps. I say Zapala. Everybody jacks me because of it. But I really like that flavor. And I personally, when I mix it up in a recipe, I usually use it at like 2.5% in the mix. And I seen that you used it at 1, and you said the reason why you did that is because you didn't want that greasy flavor coming in. Well, I could see where you were coming.
Yeah, because it being a cold, banana cream pie being like a cold pie, I don't want it to really have that fried flavor to it. You know, I was just trying to add a little crustiness to it, a little bakery, a little, you know, something without using the traditional stuff. So that's why I came up with that. I decided to use the biscuit.
I got you. So, Trent, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, man? How long you've been mixing? What are your go-tos? What do you like to mix? I've seen that, but I seen a lot of your recipes. That butterscotch really stuck out at me with the use in your concentrates. Those percentages to me look like dead nuts on. So if you want to tell us a little about why you started mixing, if you were a former smoker, anything like that, man, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Cool. Well, yeah, man, I got like the typical story. I was a smoker and I was on and off, and I like bartended for a while, and I've always played music, and kind of the same thing, just being out late, you know, when you're trying to not smoke and there's cigarettes everywhere and it's just hard not to. So I got into vaping, and then after a few months of really enjoying it, I decided to start mixing my own because, yeah, like the classic, I don't have $20 for every 30 mil, you know, and I want to support vape stores, but most of the time ended up, you know, just going broke over it. So anyhow, I started mixing, and I copied pretty much a lot of flavor or recipes on all the flavors, and I found DIY or die and threw in the little $3 a month to kind of get some real insight, because I was kind of just blindly buying flavors, and you know that never works well. Still have some of my first flavor orders sitting, like waiting to be utilized, but probably won't. So it was about a year ago when I started mixing, probably almost exactly a year. And I started posting, I think, I don't know, like 2 months ago or something on all the flavors. It wasn't too long ago. And yeah, I got to the point where like I didn't have to just copy recipes, and my originals didn't suck anymore. I was like, whoa, this actually tastes like something. So the butterscotch, actually the whole order, last flavor order I made had, I think it's butterscotch ripple is what I use a lot of. And then the banana cream and just a couple others that were pretty prevalent in my first mixes. And that was when it, like, I felt comfortable enough, like, oh, I can just play with this one flavor a few times over. Maybe I am getting into mixing, you know? Mm-hmm. So lately it's been milk. I've been chasing milk for a while because everybody likes creams. And I, of course, got a couple strawberry creams and that I mix from other people. I haven't made one because, like, I don't know. It's one of those staples that I can't do one better yet, you know? So anyways, I went blueberry milk. That was one of my more recent ones that I was chasing for a minute because I don't know if I've ever had it, but I wanted to make like the equivalent of that Nesquik syrupy goodness. Mm-hmm. So anyhow, those were like two big profiles for me, was milk. And so I kind of chased it for a while. And now my go-to like milk stone, I suppose, is cream fresh and sweet cream. I think it's Flavor Arts cream fresh. And I've been using Capella's sweet cream lately, but I prefer the Flavor Apprentice. It's a little more dairy, but that's the part that I really look for with my milk, I guess, is that dairy aftertaste. That sweet milk exhale.
The TPA, they have a little bit, it's a little bit more thicker, I think, than Capella's. It's got, me personally, I think it's just, it has what, I don't even know if it has decatones in it. I think it's just more decatones in it, to be honest with you. I don't know, but it is two different monsters, TPA and Capella's. I use it fairly often also over sweet cream, Capella sweet cream. But blueberries, man. What do you use, like, as far as what are your go-to blueberries, man? Because you know, that it seems like a lot of mixers have been dabbling in blueberries. What do you prefer? Like, what do you like to use, like, as far as concentrate companies? And
so I don't really have any like pure brand loyalty. I haven't bought kind of like sets like that yet, but I have a couple, you know, that I go to: Capella, Inawera, Flavor Art, Flavor Apprentice, these guys. But so for blueberry, I think they're all three different brands. It's Blueberry Extra. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to find in my notes to make sure I'm saying, you know, the right make. But then Flavor West Blueberry is probably my favorite. Like, that's the staple for me. Mm-hmm. That's the one, especially with trying to make blueberry milk. Like, that recipe is almost entirely the Flavor West Blueberry, but it just has such a good syrupy sweetness. Like, I also use it in a blueberry pancake. Mm-hmm. And, well, I should say a maple, like, syrupy pancake with blueberry syrup. Like, it's not a blueberry pancake, right? It doesn't have that bite of a blueberry, just the sweet flavor. So anyhow, when I do want a blueberry texture, I go for bilberry and just a little bit. Flavor Arts bilberry, it just gives it that perfect baked in flavor. But it's certainly, I don't know, it has its place. It can be pretty strong. So those are my three blueberries.
Good job, dude. Because like you were talking your flavors there for a minute, and it seems that you're grasping the blueberry profile. To me, those three are the winners as far as of right now. I mean, in the blueberry stone, if you would call it, sure. Flavor West, the Flavor Apprentice, or TPA, TFA, same thing, and FA bilberry. Bilberry. Those three, I feel that are the best three in a blueberry. Actually, we had Slashlow on a few weeks ago, and
I saw that. Yeah, that's the one I watched.
Same thing. He likes those three blueberries, and I think a lot of mixers. Those are the go-tos for a nice blueberry in any type of mix, whether it be a waffle, a milk, or, you know, cream, any type of blueberry donut, whatever. You know what I mean? Three blueberries that really hit it out of the park when mixed together. But I did notice you saying about you were mixing up other people's recipes at first before you decided to, you know, go out on your own. And, you know, that's the thing with new mixers. You know, they kind of get discouraged. You know, when they first start mixing. You know, a good rule of thumb and a good thing for you new mixers out there, man, is, you know, start by mixing other people's recipes, you know, to get an idea on how flavor concentrates work together, and then slowly venture off onto your own, because, you know, we don't want you guys to get discouraged out there if you're a new mixer, because, you know, you might just be throwing stuff together and, you know, this is shit. I can't, you know, this isn't working for me. You know, and it's about saving money, you know, and if you look at some of the ATF recipes or ELR or whatever you go on that have, you know, 4 stars, like some well-known mixers out there, like Slasho, like Wayne, you know, mix up some of their guys' stuff, you know, and then slowly, you know, venture off into making your own recipes. And that's another thing too, like Wayne, I think Wayne actually mentioned it the other day on live mixing about doing notes and stuff. you know, a lot of the new mixers out there, you know, you really don't need to do notes until you really compiled a big, you know, arsenal of flavors in your inventory, you know, before you start doing flavor notes. You know, but start out slow, man. And I think that you took the approach really good, Trent, by doing what you did, and it shows in your work. And one of the recipes that we're going to mix today, I haven't mixed it up yet. I don't do that. I know some of the crew, they'll mix it up before the show, or maybe a day before the show, or a couple days. I wait till the show, and then I'll mix it. And I'm not mean, but I'll tell you the honestly, if it's a good recipe or not, because I'm really picky. I don't know why the crew decided for me to mix everything, but I have the pickiest palate out of everybody in our crew. So, and you know,
well, you know, it's all about making just a better, you know, better tasting thing. On that note, you would pick the first one I uploaded, but hey, I think it's a pretty good recipe, and I don't know. Yeah, I like that, right? Like I don't eat it. Cushion, I want to hear, you know, everybody's palate is different, and you're just probably certainly more refined than mine, so it's all good, man.
And I think that's a lot of things. I mean, I got a little bit of backlash last week from a couple people in the community about saying, oh, you know, they were talking shit. It's not that, man. And I think a lot of mixers, what they want is they want people to try out their recipes and give them an honest opinion about it. You know what I mean? Because it makes us all good. It makes us better mixers. Like, you know what I mean? But
right.
in turn, what you said as far as like, you know, my palate is different than yours. You know, something that you mix that might be liquid gold to you, you know, it might be shit to somebody else. But that, I mean, you're making these recipes for you, man. You're not making them for, you know, you're not like, it's not like you're making them for, you know, a brick and mortar, you know, selling them to customers and stuff like that. You're making these recipes for you. And if they taste good to you, that's all that matters. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
There's a lot of mixers out there that they just want to get their shit mixed up, man. And that's what we're here for, man. You know, we're here to review stuff and talk about devices, all kinds of stuff on the show, you know?
Yeah, man, I think it's cool. And like I said, from a little bit, I got to check out of you guys. I really enjoyed your attitude and your approach and stuff. And pretty much everyone that I've interacted with so far, you know, within like the actual mixing community has been pretty receptive, even if it was just one random message reply where I asked this guy about tobacco flavors, you know, like stuff like that is just super helpful. And the whole, we don't really know each other, that's a great layer of objectiveness. You don't have to, you know, tell me that it's however good or however. So yeah, like I said, it's really cool. I appreciate it. And it's what I'm here for, man. Yeah. Yeah. And it's like you said about just to take it back, when you first start mixing and you're copying other people. So all I started to do was tweak one flavor at a time or one concentrate at a time to just sort of see how it actually did affect it. Because if not, you're pretty much just shooting in the dark and reading flavor notes offline. And then, I mean, sometimes it works and sometimes you bomb a recipe when you just change that one recipe, that one little flavor, and you start to see like, oh damn, this is an art. This has got some real subtlety to it here, you know?
Yeah.
So it's been good. I've liked it a lot.
So real quick before we move on, there's really not much going on in the news right now. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing that's been going on out there in the community. But I was going to talk a little bit about oxidization in your e-juice. Summer's kind of over. So, I mean, I'll just touch on it real quick. And, you know, I've learned a few tricks. You know, I know like women that vape, you know, they could just put the stuff in their purse, you know, but, you know, guys that are out, you know, working and stuff like that, and they're carrying a bottle of juice with them and you leave it in your car, man. I tell you what, I've left juice in a car for half hour, man. And that stuff those UVs start hitting that juice, man, and it starts oxidizing real quick. Few techniques that I use. I mean, if you really want to go far, I mean, you could put like a cooler or something in there to keep your juice cool and dark, you know, maybe like a little cardboard box or something like that. But I found that like 9 times out of 10, if you're a dripper like me, you usually carry some sort of like paper towel or some type of something in your car with you when you're vaping, because 9 times out of 10 when you're dripping and stuff like that, you over drip and juice goes all over the place and you have to wipe it up. So I found that, you know, if I just like wet a paper towel and like if I'm at work or something like that, you know, I wet that paper towel with water or whatever, and then I squeeze it out and I wrap it around my juice. You know what I mean? It's like a cooling rag, you know?
Yeah.
Juice, and I'll throw it in a glove box or I'll throw it in my center console. And I tell you what, it really helps. It doesn't really heat it up too much. It keeps those UVs down when you have it wrapped up. It keeps it nice and dark. And I'll keep it like in my my center console or in my glove box. And especially, vacation season, guys that, you guys are on vacation and you're hauling a lot of juice on your vacay, throw it in the cooler, man, on your way down there. So that way your juice stays fresh for you, and that way you're not getting all that UV coming through. I mean, even though you got that air conditioner on, in your car, maybe if it's really hot outside, you still get that ultraviolet rays that come through the windows, man. And once that sunlight, even if it's a little bit of UV coming through there, man, it starts changing your juice on you, and you want to keep it fresh and the best tasting as long as you possibly can. But that's all I got for that. I could get more in depth with it. I mean, maybe if you guys in a chat or if you guys want to post on the Facebook page on what you guys like to do as far as to try to keep your juice from getting those oxidized when you're in a car or when you're outside in the heat or something like that. Throw that stuff up on a Facebook. We'd really like to hear your comments on that. So anything else you guys want to talk about before we start moving on?
I got my squonk box in.
Nice. Let's hear about it.
Yeah.
Let's hear about it, brother. Let's hear about it.
I love it. It is the VT inbox. I love this squonker, man. There's only one con that I don't like about it, but I'll get to that later. Especially with this little Wasp Nano on top of there, it kind of goes good with the colors. I got the wood panels, but I actually think that they sent me the leather panels, which is fine. I like it, but it's an awesome little mod. The only thing that I really don't like about it is it's just a one battery, and I have to change it pretty often. But and maybe the magnets in the panels could be a little bit stronger, but it is really a nice little box. No more drip. You just all you have to do is just press that thing. I normally hold it for about a few seconds. Pushes it up. I'm running this at 45 watts. It's a 0.46 ohms at about 4 volts, and it is delicious.
What are you vaping on?
My cookies and cream.
Oh, okay. I see how you are.
Yeah.
So I know you gave me a little review. Okay, keep talking about your mod, and then we'll get to something else.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so this this mod I actually got from GearBest, which I really don't recommend going through them. You might save maybe $5 or $10, but it takes forever to get them here. At one point, I thought mine was in the Netherlands for, I don't know, lost forever. But actually, it was here. It took about 3.5 weeks to get here. But with 3F Vape, I know Tammy, I think, got one from 3F Vape, and it was here in like a week. It was about $10 more, but well worth it. But I'm showing it on the page here on the live stream now, and it's
I actually ordered some stuff from 3F Vape. I don't know, about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was getting kind of heated about it. But I heard that, batteries are tough. I ordered a couple sets of 2700 batteries for my new mod that's getting made.
Yeah.
But they did have a big e-juice raid in customs over in China. And I think that might have been what happened is their customs was getting, like, I guess, real cracking down on a lot of stuff. And I don't know if it got held up in customs. So I had reached out to 3F Vape, and they did good. They actually resent the whole order, but it's been about 3 weeks. So I finally got tracking. It finally was in Georgia. Like, what's weird, it was in North Carolina. That's what it was. And they sent it to California, which I'm in Pennsylvania, which doesn't make any sense. But whatever. So they said it should be here by the 12th. So hopefully that'll be in before my mod's done.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this mod I bought for $79.99, And it also comes with a Maze RDA, and it does have a squonk pin in it. I, when I first got it, I wicked up the Maze, built the coils, wicked it up, and it doesn't. For me, I get some type of a metal taste from this RDA. So I don't suggest buying this kit for the RDA. Buy it for the box, but that's not a bad price for a squonker. It's kind of a mid-level squonk box. You know, it's not no $200 one, or it's not one of those cheap $35 ones. But I really like it. This is my first squonk box, and I don't think that that I'll. I mean, I think actually that I'm going to be buying about 5 more of them. It's just really convenient. I really hated having to drip all the time because I'm on the go a lot, and to stop and drip, and keep that bottle in your pocket all the time, and it's just so much more convenient. Hey, I think Tam made it in the room.
Hi, I'm here.
Hey, Tam.
Sorry about the delay.
That's all right.
New camera.
Whatever.
Technical
New
stuff. Yeah. Hey, Trent. Nice to see you.
Nice to be on. Thanks.
But this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You're a former tank guy, though. That's the thing. I'm so used to dripping all the time.
Yeah.
It's like nature to me, and like a lot of those people that do sub-ohm tank or rebuildable, like RDTAs or whatever, I think a lot of people switch to squonks because you do like, to me, you get better flavor from an RDA over everything. That's my opinion. Some people have a different opinion. They're like, oh, no. But I think, the best flavor you get from an RDA, and I think that's why like a lot of people squonk. They switch from an RDA or an RDTA.
Oh no!
Switch to a squonk because it's more convenient.
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask how you guys felt about squonking, just because I'm the same way. I love my rebuildable. You can just, do it all yourself, real easy, not as much having to buy something pre-made, but squonking appeals, for not carrying a bottle around all day, and just like we talked about, oxidizing your juice, right? You got the little bit you need for that day at work, you come home, you're good. So
yeah.
You've enjoyed it, though? You said you're probably going to get a couple more squonkers?
I'll probably end up buying about 5 more.
You think 5?
Yeah, because I want to try to get like 5 different sets of panels for each one of them too.
Oh, okay. I have 2.
Yeah, they make 2 or 3 different colors. One is black. One is
red. Hold on.
Silver, and one's red. I think. And so,
can't you buy the panels separately?
Yes, you can.
I'll show you. Hold on.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You could buy 3, and then buy. They actually make aftermarket panels for them as well, I think. So there's lots and lots of different panels you can change out.
But I did not. This one you don't really want to change the panels.
Yeah.
Because I guess you could, but because the sides match the panels that come with it.
Right.
Hey, Tim,
Right.
How many do you have then?
2 of the VT. This one I got new panels. It has a Buddha on it. The new panel.
Very nice.
Okay.
The other one had like red, like swirls, like a rainbow swirls.
Yeah.
But this one has Buddha. It's kind of cool looking.
Yeah, I guess I jumped on a squonking bandwagon a few years ago when it was like really hot in the United States, like when it was really like the fad squonking.
Oh, but I still have.
I got into it for a little bit, but I don't know if I'm just lazy. I don't know. I always seem to go back to my RDAs. Once I went RDA, like I never went back. Like anything. I still have my Limitless Plus and Limitless Classic that I go to once in a while. I get really good flavor from it, but just for some reason, I don't know if it's not like I change juices a lot throughout the day, but I still drip. I don't know why, but maybe they're making a comeback, so maybe eventually I'll start squonking again, you know.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that these are 75. They go up to 75 watts. They will do stainless steel, I believe, temp. I don't do I don't do temp control though.
I do.
What do you think about the Wasp Nano?
The Wasp Nano, I think, is the absolute best flavor RDA for the price. They cost $12, and I haven't had a Hadley, so I can't compare the two. But I heard who was it last night? The show Fresh 03 was talking about his Wasp Nano, and he said that it was just as good as the Hadley. So cheap. It's easy to build on. Super easy to build on.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It looks like the Hadley. Okay.
And it's very easy to rewick. It takes me 2 minutes to rewick it.
I just can't seem to get because I have one of those Shinrays. I can't get around those clips, man. Those clips are killing me.
The Shinray.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the Hadley clone.
Yeah, I can't get around those little clips, man. They're killing me. I'm used to tie down posts.
Well, now this one doesn't have any loose top little caps or whatever. This is actually solid pieces there, and the only thing that holds the coil in there, if I can turn it right, is those screws. And the screws down there just hold the coil into place.
Which one is that?
That is the Wasp Nano. You can buy them online for $12.
I might have to pick one of those up.
Yeah. What's the website? You have that website posted up for everybody, full cart?
I can find it. I can find it right quick.
If you want to either throw it up or throw it in the chat so people can see it. I see Shindo in the house. What's up, dude? We got a little bet on your identity, you know. So, we will release it soon. We don't know. We're going to put a bag over your head next time I think you blame it on your internet connection, but I think that's a farce, buddy. You just want to keep your identity unknown to people in the vaping community. But, there's a couple conspiracy theories going around about that, but, who knows? So while you're throwing that up, folk art, we're gonna I guess move on to mixing pretty soon. We got about 15 minutes left. Tam, if you got anything that you want to talk about since you were late, if you want to throw anything out there, we got about 3 minutes before we move on to live mixing here on the show. So if you want to talk about anything, that's cool. Tam?
Now or shut up forever.
No. I don't know if she froze up. Can you hear us, Tam? Tammy?
She gone.
She doesn't hear.
Bye, Tammy.
She might have lost her internet connection.
Yeah, she's here, but it looks like she's got something muted or something.
Oh yeah, I'm not really looking at the screen. I'm getting ready to mix up. So I guess we'll just move on. Just straight into mixing, guys. So Tammy's not here, but I got my gloves on. These are for Tam. She always gets mad at me when I don't use my gloves, so my gloves on. For all you mixers out there, you want to make sure that you use gloves. Regardless if you're not. I mean, I personally, even if you don't use nicotine, it's always good to, use gloves, even with the concentrates. I feel that you can get that absorption in your skin. I don't think it would make a difference, but safety first all the time, guys. Even for you new guys out there that are working with nicotine, you don't want to get that stuff on your hands. It can make you sick. But anyhow, getting to the recipe. I don't know if Folkart has that up.
I do.
All right. So I was just making sure my screen doesn't turn off when I'm mixing this here. So I don't know if we're going to go through some of the flavors that you used on your recipe.
Cool.
a little bit about them and why you felt that you had to have them in your recipe. First off, this recipe is called Bay Butterscotch, and I'm assuming Bay. Who is Bay?
Bay, you know, like the colloquialism for your girlfriend, right? I got her into vaping not too long ago because she would always kind of, you know, poke a little fun at me, but she used to smoke cigarettes. So I was like, you're just mad you don't have one. What's your favorite flavor? What do you want? And that's actually what got me to get the Butterscotch Ripple. So I was like, all right, this is first post. I don't have a good name for it. And it was like the 4th iteration of a butterscotch mix, and she loved it. So there we go. Bay's fave.
Now, does she like this mix?
Oh yeah, that's not just a fun title. It really is her favorite one to this day. Like every other tank is back to this.
Awesome. Now I see that you put almond in the recipe.
Yeah, just a hair, right?
Yeah. Now, what's the almond do here?
So I like the way the almond flavor works anyways. Like it's something that I more recently just started working in, but I read something, I think it almost had to have been on, you know, like Wayne's site or something, but essentially just saying that like a hair, a little bit of almond in some dairy or with anything kind of like creamy and rich, it just adds this nice like texture and layer to it because you don't really taste the almond. But almonds themselves inherently have like an oil and a very fatty flavor and gives it like this nice mouthfeel and kind of like, you know, just one more little complexity. So
yeah, I get a little nuttiness from almond, especially FA almond. I use that in quite a few recipes. I think Wayne actually he might use it in his rotor night. I can't remember. But
yes, he does.
Does he? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I use it in my lemon Sicily cheesecake, and the reason is that it's an almond crust, and it really brings almond to the table, and it's a really good flavor. I enjoy it. Next, we got Flavor Arts Butterscotch. You got that at 2%, and I'm assuming that you have the Butterscotch Ripple in there also. And this is a Butterscotch vape. What made you choose the Flavor Art Butterscotch?
So
some of the other concentrate companies.
I've only got, I think, one other butterscotch that I've played with other than these two. Because like I said, it gets costly once you've bought like a batch of flavors and you only like half of them, and then you just have piles and piles. And so I did all this to try to save money. And so anyhow, I try to vet it out and do some research. And Butterscotch Ripple in itself is an awesome butterscotch flavor, but it does have like a lot of cream mixed in. It's not just a full pure butterscotch or anything. So I think it's Flavor Art, right? That's what we said.
Butterscotch.
Right. So Flavor Arts Butterscotch has more of that like Werther's hard candy flavor, more of that traditional, what you'd expect. So I kind of put that in there just to build up the butterscotch, because I'm okay with this being a butterscotch kind of creamy, milky thing. In fact, I just mixed, I'll have to look and see whose recipe it was, but it was off all the flavors, and it was like a butterscotch almond custard. And I was like, oh, that sounds awesome. So anyhow, yeah, I just wanted to kind of build up that butterscotch a little more, because as it settled, as it steeped, I noticed that the butterscotch got a little muted. So that was one of the later additions, because originally I think when I just first posted it, it may not have had it, but either way, that's where it's at now. And
you got your go-to. You say you like that fresh cream. I see Flavor Arts fresh cream in there, and I'm sure it complements the FA Vienna cream and the TPA vanilla bean ice cream that you got there too. And by the way, though, the super sweet, you got that at the right point for me. I'm looking at it at 0.5%, which is good. It's going to be sweet, but not too sweet. A lot of people, over sweeten their juices with Capella Super Sweet, and you pretty much hit the nail on the head. I mean, you could probably go down to 0.25, but it's all on cases subjective.
Yeah, always, especially to me with super sweet. In fact, on like later ones, I really haven't even been posting it, just because it's, like I said, it is very subjective, right? Like if you want to sweeten it up, you know what to do.
Yeah.
Dave, sorry, can you move a little closer to your microphone?
Yeah, you guys say that every week. Let me see if I can put my mic over here. I apologize for that. Like, it's just the way I have my setup going. Is that a little better for you guys?
Much better.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. It's just the way I have my mic set up when I'm talking to you guys over there. So we got the Flavor Apprentice, or Parfumer's Apprentice, same thing. Vanilla bean ice cream, one of my favorite flavors. 2% in that. And what was you using this for in the mix?
So like I said, after I kind of like first did a solo test of butterscotch ripple, I just felt that creaminess with it. And yeah, if I'm scared kind of trying out a new recipe, I go with something that I'm pretty sure is going to work, right? You know, you throw in like a couple of like, yeah, there's almost no way throwing in some VBIC would mess this up. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And so it gave it like a nice, you know, creamy dairy and a little bit of vanilla that it gives me like a little bit of like, I don't know, reminiscent flavor that I've had in another juice. Right. And so it just kind of brings you back in. So
Oh,
You got the Vienna cream to finish off the recipe.
yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, I really enjoy that flavor.
Yeah, and so like I said, this was kind of one of the times when I probably right before I started actually chasing like milk profile specifically, but like cream fresh and Vienna cream, kind of at a 1.5 or 2-to-1 were some of my first ones that I played with for milking creamy bases and stuff.
Okay,
Cream fresh and Vienna cream both work very, very, very well together, and I have the same thing on my Acropolis, and well, only 0.5% of cream fresh, but they work very, very well together.
Yeah, I think if you want to add like any kind of, you know, cream complexity, right? Like that's the best way I can describe it. You can't quite put your finger on it when you taste it. It doesn't taste like two different creams. It's just one nice fluff. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to be finishing up.
Good work, dude, with that.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, so we're going to be finishing up on it. So I'm just adding the propylene glycol and the vegetable glycerin. If you guys want to talk about something while I'm finishing up, that'd be cool.
Well, I got asked like, what are some of my things that I like to mix? What about you guys? You know, like what are some of your preferred profiles or things that you go to? Or like I said, lately I've just been kind of whatever my new flavor is plus milk. Like I just did a cinnamon roll milk thing that was almost like a horchata, but just not full blown milk and vanilla. It kind of came out as like a cinnamon roll dunked in milk with extra icing. So anyhow, just curious what you guys go to. Like, what are some of your preferred, themes?
Well, my go-to vapes are bakeries and creams. I've done a few like tropical recipes, but it seems like they're okay, but they all seem to have a floral note, and I just don't like floral notes in my juice. But yeah, my strengths. I've been working on like I mentioned, the cookies and cream. I've also been working on a sweet potato pie. Let's see, been working on another pecan pie. So that's kind of my strengths is the bakeries and the creams and such.
How's that yam pie coming? You're scared, dude. You know I'm coming.
I ain't scared a bit.
Okay.
It's actually pretty good. I've made 3 different batches of it, and in one of the batches, I had just gotten in TFA or TPA RI4 double, and I haven't single flavor tested it yet, but I just smelled it, and I swear it reminds me of the peeling of a sweet potato pie. I'm sorry, of a sweet potato. That skin.
RY4 double?
RY4 double. I just smelled of it, and it smells like the skin, the inner skin of a sweet potato.
Did you flavor test it yet?
No. I haven't flavor tested it yet, but I just smelled it. I thought, wow, that might really work good in it, and it gives it kind of a brown sugary kind of feel to it as well. And it really worked pretty good in it to change. And I used pumpkin. I didn't use sweet potato. So
okay.
So
you're cheating. What are you saying? Because I know yams taste like pumpkin if you're making them right. So you're cheating.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think I haven't tried the yams yet. I think TFA makes yams. and I may get that as well just to try it out. But when I eat a pumpkin pie and when I eat a sweet potato pie, if somebody don't tell me which one is which, I don't know the difference.
I'm the same way. That's why I was just jacking.
Yeah, so I went with the pumpkin because I knew that it was just a pumpkin. I used a Hanson pumpkin, and it's just pumpkin. There's no spice in it, nothing. And so I had to add like certain things to it to give it that kind of spice. I didn't use a nutmeg flavor. I don't like nutmeg. I hate nutmeg. I use cinnamon. And then that RY4 double.
You don't want to give it away. I know you don't want to give it away, but what cinnamon did you use? Because I found out a lot of cinnamons are either taste like Red Hots.
They're terrible.
I used cinnamon Danish swirl.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
When
the one.
I want cinnamon, I just go with 0.5% of Capella cinnamon Danish swirl.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. I didn't mention it in the cinnamon chase or whatever, but I have just literally like at least 10, maybe 7, but still just a ton of cinnamons that won't be used because I was looking for cinnamon Danish swirl and didn't know it. As soon as I found it, I was like, oh yeah, that's the snickerdoodle flavor. Found
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah,
It's
it's pretty good. I don't think that it would be a vape that I would vape all day long.
yeah.
But because I'm not a big cinnamon flavor vapor, but
Sure, and it's harsh on the throat.
Yeah, but it is. I mean, it's pretty spot on for a sweet potato pie. But I got to tweak it just a little bit more.
So yeah, speaking of flavors, IDT10, we were chatting yesterday. I did something crazy yesterday. I don't know why, but I ended up ordering the OOO or one flavor packs. Fuck, it's got like fucking onion, ketchup, mustard, fried chicken,
Ooh,
bagel. It's
barbecue line.
because I'm gonna mix up his pickle, and I figured,
Oh yeah, Pickle Rick.
fuck it, I just bought it. I'm trying to throw up, but whatever.
You'll have to tell us how that. Maybe mix that one live for everybody.
Christ.
That'd be a good one, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going live for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna find a way to use those flavors. We were throwing stuff off of each other last night for a little bit, and some of the flavors that are in the flavor pack from one-on-one, they could be used. They could be utilized for a lot of things, like some fruits and stuff like that we could probably bend some of the flavors to work with the fruits and stuff. So we shall see. It's on order. Hopefully I don't know. I've never ordered from one-on-one, so I don't know what their shipping's like. Granted, I did order it on a Saturday, so it probably won't even go out or even get looked at probably till Monday. So it was late last night when I ordered it. So I'll probably, hopefully by the end of the week, I'll probably have those flavors in. But getting back to the juice, the butterscotch juice, Bay's juice here. I took the first chuff off it while you guys were talking. Bay's fave butterscotch. I don't know if you have that recipe up. I don't have the notes in front of me about it.
I do now.
Trent, you want to just read it off there?
Yeah, sure. So basically it says, after weeks of playing with different percentages and another flavor shipment, I'm finally really happy with this butterscotch and think it's just shining. Butterscotch Ripple is an awesomely creamy and sweet flavor supported by the Flavor Art butterscotch, which really turns up the whole butterscotch flavor throughout the vape. And that was my biggest issue with the previous version, just not enough butterscotch. I also play with the creams. The Vienna cream and cream fresh combo is awesome, and like every recipe I've used it in, I'm pretty sure I've seen that written about as a milk base, and I love it. This combo pairs really well with VBIC, and they become one amazingly milkshakey dewy. Sorry, guys. I get a little carried away with my descriptions, but they're fun. And then the little bit of almond to add. I mean, you got to make it stand out somehow.
Absolutely.
The little bit of almond is to add the complexity of the creams, and there's not really much nuttiness added. But again, like you said, you taste nuttiness a lot with Flavor Art almond, and for me, like I said, I like almonds, so I may not even just be aware of it. But anyhow, yeah, those are the notes.
So the only thing, I'm going to throw this out there. The only thing I was nervous about looking at your percentages was the 4% and the 2% butterscotch. I felt like that's like the star of the show because you got 4%, 2%, and you got the vanilla bean ice cream at 2%. It kind of makes sense. you were looking for more of predominant butterscotch, you do have a 3-day steep on there. So I'm sure that the Flavor Apprentice Vanilla Bean Ice Cream is going to come out more on this recipe in the next couple days, which I'm assuming it will. You'll get the vanilla, you'll get more of that, heaviness that the Vanilla Bean Ice Cream is going to bring to the table. I honestly, dude, I mean, I could taste the almond really faint at the bottom of the vape. Coming into it, it's sweet. The super sweet that's used in the recipe, it's really not off the wall to where it like hits you in your face and you get that mouth pucker from that super sweet. So the super sweet is on point in this recipe. It really balances itself out to where it's not overbearing, like, you know what I mean? But it is a sweet vape, but it's not like over sweet, you know what I mean? All the flavors that you use in this recipe, I think that they're used very well. The percentages are right on. They're dead nuts for me. I think this is a really good vape, dude. I'm really enjoying it. I'm sure after 3 days, I'll probably enjoy it more. I have really never had butterscotch vapes. I know a lot of people that just start mixing, they really get into butterscotch, but I never did. I've used butterscotch in certain recipes, but I've never made it a solely butterscotch recipe. And this is really good. It's creamy. It's got a little bit of nuttiness to it. It's got a little bit of sweetness to it. And this is the kind of vape my palate enjoys. It's a phenomenal recipe. I like it. You guys out there watching the show right now, if you guys like butterscotch, man, check this recipe out. It's really good. I will give you a rating later on an ATF, and I'll give you my honest opinion. And like everybody that comes on the show, I mix up their juice. I will tell you, I have a real sensitive palate. If I don't like it, I'll tell you. But this is good, dude. I really enjoy it. Good work. I didn't get a chance to see your first rendition of this recipe, but you did update it. I think it said 7/20 of 2017. I didn't taste your first version, but I'm assuming that you made it better. So, to me, it's really good, and I'm really enjoying it. And don't be. You said that you really get into writing about the recipe, about giving, like you said, you really get in depth in your recipe, but that's what makes this fun. We're all artists, and I think that just makes the recipe more appealing to people. They can sit there and read about it and go through the journey that you went through when you were creating this recipe. And kudos to you, Trent. This is an awesome recipe. So, other than that, man, I don't got nothing, man. I really enjoy it, man. It's a really good vape.
Well, right on, dude. Like
Awesome.
I said before, I'm really humbled to hear that and even be on here. That's super good jazz. Thanks a lot. And just before I forget, so in the note of funny descriptions, all I've got to say is just check out my latest one. It's called King Cinnacum's Cream. It is the cinnamon cream I mentioned. The description on that, you talk about going on a journey and setting a scene. Just enjoy yourself, giggle, please. I wrote it last night after I made it, and I think you'll like it. But anyhow, well, thanks for having me, and I'm glad you enjoyed the vape, man. That's awesome.
No problem. Hey, real quick before you go, man, I love that hair, bro. I love that hair, man.
Thanks. Thank you. I locked up 2.5 years ago, Christmas. I did it for Christmas. It was my Christmas present. So they're coming along.
Awesome.
Getting pretty long.
Sweetness. Hey, real quick, so if you want to stick around for a couple minutes after the show, Trent, that you're more than welcome. But real quick, you guys got anything else before we jet out of here today?
If you can hear me, I just wanted to say the recipe is really good.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Tammy.
Very good. I mixed it earlier. It's very good.
Thanks a lot, you guys. You're the best.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's really good, man. Like I said, I'll give you a review later today.
Hey, I appreciate it. And like I said, I was neglecting ATF a little bit, just a ton of stuff going on. I'm actually about to move a state over and, all this sort of stuff that goes with it. So anyhow, I plan on mixing like as many as all of your recipes as I can. It's kind of something I've been doing lately to try to pick up your style and see things that you do and, all that good jazz. See what I can get from you. So I'll be sending you guys some reviews too. I'm really excited about a lot of the juices. I've only really, yeah. So thanks a lot.
Awesome. So real quick before we let you guys go, like I always say, man, make sure real quick. This is episode 8 for you guys. Like I said, once we hit 100, we're gonna have a little giveaway for you guys. And now that you're, if you subscribe, Trent, you're going to be in the mix, man. So we'll send out some scales, some flavors, stuff like that. Make sure you check out Liquid Barn to get your 15% off code, MIXERS Crew. And make sure you check out Bull City Vapes, DM6, and get 6% off your code order. If you guys got anything else, I think that'd be all for today, and I hope to see you guys next week. We got a lot of good guests coming on, man. I'm telling you, you guys got to tune in. In the next couple weeks, we're going to have some bangers on, and, just tune in, and we're just going to get better and better every week for you guys. If you have any ideas for the show, please shoot us, something on Facebook, on the Discord, even shoot us on the email on our website. We'll make sure we get back to you as soon as we can. If anything else, I'm good to go.
Thanks, everybody. Sorry about the problems.
Yeah.
All right, great show, guys. Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Great
too.
show.
Thanks. See you later.
See you
Thanks,
next week.
guys.
All right, guys.